Okay, hello and assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. In this video, we are going to present about our group project Isp500, which is Foundation of Information System, and our group choose Apple company, which is a big company. We are going to discuss after this, but before that, I would like to introduce to our group member, which is firstly is Muhammad Kadir, second one is Ahmad Syahmi, the third one is me, Ahmad Zaufi, and the last one is Muhammad Abdullah Hakim. So let's go to the introduction to talk about the background of this business. Apple, everyone know that, and it's a very popular. It is an American multinational technology company headquartered in California that design, develops, sells consumer electronic, computer software, and also online services. It is considered as one of the big tech technology companies that along the Amazon, Google, Microsoft, and also Facebook, and is by far the trillion company. That is a very impressive. So Apple was founded by Steve Jobs, Steve Wozniak, um, and Ronald Wayne in April 1976 to develop and sell Wozniak Apple first personal computer. Through the Wayne sold his share back in within the 12 years. It, it was the incorporated as Apple Computer in January 1977, and the sales of its computer going very quickly. And if we want to discuss more about the historical, it takes a lot of time. So this everything have in the report. So I go to the next slide. That is Apple committed to bring the best personal computing experience to individuals around the world and innovative hardware, easy to use software, and also sleek product design. So what they already made, the company hardware, they have the popular one, iPhone, iPad, the Mac, iPod, the Apple Watch, Apple TV, Apple, and something like that. And the next one is Apple software. They use it. They make a Mac OS, iOS for iPhones, iPod, Watch OS, TV OS, and iTunes. And also they have their own web browsing that's called Safari. And they're famous for the editing one. That is a Final Cut Pro, and that is a pro software that we actually have a lot of it. But we proceed to the next online services. They have iTunes Store, they have OS App Store, they have Mac App Store, they have Apple Music, they have Apple TV Plus, iMessage, and also iCloud. The other service is Apple Store, Apple Care, Apple Pay, Apple Pay Cash, Apple Card, everything Apple. So the objective is to provide the customer within the high quality services with the knowledgeable sales staff, because that is a very crucial. You need a knowledgeable staff, sales staff. So to bring the best user experiences to customer throughout its innovation, product, and also technology. The next one is to design and develop its own operation system, hardware, application, software, and the service that I already covered before this. To increase the sales volume by opening more store, launching new product, and streamlining production, and use smart marketing technique that is very easy nowadays. So the next one is a mission statement is to bring the best user experiences to its customer through the innovative hardware, software, and also services. This is bring the intent of to achieve this. They have to be the best user experience. They have to improving the life of the people. They need to empowerment of the public. They need to be a top quality product. So the next one is a vision statement. What they talk about it, they believe that we are on the face of the earth to make a great product, and it is not changing. Wow, this statement is true. They want to do an innovation. They want to integration of a partner and excellent. They want to market specializations. So proceed to the next one. This is a chart. As you can see, they have 90 people direct report to Mr. Cook. There is overseeing hardware, there is a software, there is a service, there are chief, also artificial intelligence, marketing, financing, and other areas that need to report to our top CEO, Mr. Cook. So proceed to the next one. It's an information system in the business. So we have the first one, transaction processing system, or what we call TPS, is a basic business system that serves the operational level of the organization by recording the daily routine of a transaction requirement to conduct business. So Apple incorporate use the smartphone, credit card readers, and mobile transaction process systems such as iTunes. So the next one is a management information system, or MIS. So they serve a middle manager interest by providing the correct and historical performance information to aid in planning, controlling, and decision making at the management level. So Apple incorporate use their warranty record and performance sales record to aid in the management information system. So the next one is a decision supporting system, DSS. This is known as a business intelligence system. Help the manager with a non-routine decision that is unique, rapidly changing, and not easily specified in advance. So Apple, they have a five type of this decision support system, which is document driven, they have a knowledge driven, they have a model driven, they have data driven, and also the last one is a competition. So proceed to the next one is an executive support system. So this ESS provide the general communication environment that help the senior manager to address strategic issue and identify the long-term trend in this form and its environment. So Apple incorporate users data from international and international source and long-term trends to help aid this executive supporting system. So the last one is enterprise resource planning, or ERP system. This system that integrate individual traditional business function into the series of modules so that the single transaction occurs seamlessly within the single informed system rather than the several separate systems, which is good. So Apple use they call it SAP as for system, A for application, P for product, to data processing. This SAP is introduced this SAP industry standard resources planning software for high
The
end
time is
big time
10
and
o'clock p.m.
like so the next one, so the last one is enterprise resource planning, or ERP system. This system is integrated individual traditional business functions into the series of modules so that the single transactions occur seamlessly within a single information system rather than the several separate system one. Yeah, which is good. So Apple use this SAP, or called S for system, A for application, or P for product, for data processing. So this SAP is in the industry standard resource planning software for high-end and big-time enterprise users. Apple likely to use this software to ensure that it keep the inventory low. So Apple also likely to use this software in sales and distributions, material management. So that is all for me. We proceed to the next slide.
So now we go to the business process activities. So as you can see here, this is product development process. First we have start, and next we go to the design. So at this stage, senior manager express their interest in creating a new product, and basic brief information about it is discussed. Next is to create product startup. Once a new product has been decided on, a team is organized and segregated from the rest of the company by secrecy agreements and sometimes physical barriers. Next is prototyping, also called the pixel perfect prototypes, and 10 to 3 to 1. This stage is the start of creating the new product mock-up. This process takes a lot of time and effort, but helps develop a visual for the project. Next is Apple New Product Process, ANPP. This is a document that sets out every steps in the product development process of a product in detail. ANPP maps out the stages of the creation, who is responsible for completion, who will work on each stage, and when they will be completed. Next is weekly executive team review. In this stage, products are reviewed every Monday. The executive teams meet every Monday to go over every product that the company has in the process. Next is peer design meeting. There are peer review meetings between the design teams and engineering that focus. Next is production management. Both the engineering product manager EPM and the global supply manager GSM are responsible for the production process and are always in discussion in order to ensure the best for the product. Next is product testing. Once the product is done, it is designed, built, and tested again and again in order to reach Apple high quality standards. Next is packaging. At this stage, the packaging of the product is designed and tested on the new prototypes. How the package opens is subjected into intensive testing in order to achieve the best consumer experience. The last one is rules of the road. An action plan for a product launch is generated called the rules of road. It is a top secret document that lists every significant milestone of a product development up until launch. Now we go to the budgeting process. As you can see here, this is the flow for the budgeting process. First we have starts, and next is update budget assumptions. Budgets are always prepared on certain assumptions. Those assumptions could be related to the sales trend, cost trends, or environmental conditions. Next is note available funding. Limited funding can greatly hinder the growth projects of the business. Therefore, in the preparation of budget, adequate attention has to be given to the available funding, as the availability of investable funds will determine the initiation of viable project. Next is step costing points. The business environment is subject to dynamism. Every day it is possessed with challenges that can completely change its cost structure. Therefore, in the budgeting process, certain factors that can affect the costing for the business should be closely considered. Next is create budget package. In budget package, previous standards related to the budgeting process are taken in order to formulate a budget for the current period. Previous standards are updated according to the recent environmental conditions. Next is obtain revenue forecast. All the budgets are based on the sales budget. Furthermore, sales budget determines whether the business is generating enough revenue necessary for its survival. Next is obtain the department budget. Each department will prepare its own budget, and then all of them will be combined to become a part of a master budget. Next is validate compensation. The approval from compensation increase should first be taken from the top management, and then it should be augmented in the budgeted compensation plans. Next is to validate bonus plans. Bonus announcements that are not considered in the budgeting process can create havoc in the profit of the business. Next is to obtain capital budget requests. Any capital expenditure plans should be taken in advance, and they should be included in the budgeting process accordingly. Next is update budget models. Any changes in the assumption of the budget model should be updated, and final budget should be prepared accordingly. Next is to review the budget. The budget should be reviewed truly once it is prepared in order to correct any flaw. Next is to obtain approval. The budget should be presented to the top management. They will be evaluated when it has been prepared according to their requirement and finally approved if do not need any changes. So next is issue budget. The budget should be formally issued after its approval. So now we go to the portfolio management process. As you can see here, this is the flow for the portfolio management process. During this process of PMP, that is portfolio management process, it is important to gain the approval of the project and eventually the portfolio. Once the approval is granted and the project with portfolio align with the strategic goals of the organization budget necessary to fulfill the goals. After the budget has been defined, development of time frame begins in which the portfolio is to be completed and give a breakdown for individual project deadlines. The next step is to assign the appropriate resources and the project itself can finally begin. The project manager should ensure he or she has clearly explained the goal of the project to the resources and ensure all the resources understand their individual assignments.
Now is the porter's value chain, which consists of primary activities and support activities. One of the primary activities is inbound logistics. Apple works with hundreds of suppliers around the globe and maintains a highly sophisticated supply chain management. Apple does not practice just-in-time principle in inbound logistics. For the operation, Apple operations are divided into the following reportable operating segments, which is America segment, Europe segment, Greater China, Japan segment, and the rest of Asian Pacific segment. Next is the outbound logistics. Apple outbound logistics involves warehousing and distribution of ready iPhone, iPads, Mac computers, and other products produced by the companies. The company ship finished product to Apple stores that are typically located at high traffic locations in quality shopping malls and urban shopping districts. Apple outbound logistics also facilitates deliveries to the warehouse of wholesalers and retailers. Next is marketing and sales. Apple sells its product through the following 7 channels, which is Apple retail stores, Apple online stores, direct sales force, third-party cellular network carriers, wholesalers, retailers, and value-added resellers. And for the service, Apple is famous for exceptional quality of customer services during all 3 stages, which is pre-purchase, during purchase, and post-purchase. The company maintains Apple Experience Centers in major cities around the globe, where anyone using the product becomes convinced of the quality. Then for the support activities, we have technology, research and development. Apple spends heavily on research and development. Its brand is known for technological innovation and for the great quality and unique designs of its product. In order to maintain its competitive advantage, the brand has to invest a lot in R&D. And for the human resource management, Apple focuses both on hiring and paying well. This has been the norm since the time of Apple founder Steve Jobs. Apple has always hired the best. However, the style of HRM has changed a little in time of Tim Cook. Apart from inclusion and diversity, the new CEO has brought several changes. They are aimed at changing the reputation of Apple in terms of HR. For procurement, Apple has managed excellent relationship with its suppliers. The suppliers are required to provide the workers with safe working conditions and to provide products and services as per the standard. All these factors influence its relationship with the suppliers. However, Apple is also a major buyer for most of its suppliers, and therefore it is a mutually beneficial relationship for the two. Finally, is firm infrastructures. From management to financial and other resources plus the culture and structure, all these things form the infrastructure of any firm. The better the management of a firm infrastructure, the higher the ability of creating profits for any firm. In the case of Apple, it underwent a major cultural change recently. Now we have the Potter's 5 forces. The risk of entry is low. In 1976, the PC market was in the growing state and therefore the barrier of entry was low. New entrants did not need a lot of money to enter the market. However, in 2013, the PC industry began to change, causing several barriers to entry. Next is bargaining power of buyers. It is moderate. In 1976, the bargaining power of buyers was low because there were not many choices of PC for consumers, since the industry was redeveloping. As of 2013, the bargaining power has shifted to moderate in the PC industry. It is low for the bargaining power of suppliers. In 1976, there were very few companies that were offering software. The bargaining power of suppliers was high because of this. The hardware suppliers were experiencing the same thing. There were limited number of companies providing hardware for PCs, but as the industry continued to grow, the bargaining power of suppliers began to decrease because the hardware industry became saturated. The threat of substitutes is moderate. Threat of substitutes was low in the PC industry back in 1976. However, once the development of the smartphone and tablet rise in the 2000s, they became a threat. Apple had a huge competitive advantage because they entered the smartphone and tablet market much earlier than most of its competitors. The rivalry among established firms is high. In 1976, IBM was the leader in the PC industry and held the majority of the market share. Because of this, there was little rivalry. As the PC industry developed to the maturity age, the rivalry also increased to a high point. Next is the power of complements, which is low. The power of complements for the PC industry is low. In order to control the power of complement provider, Apple not only sells PC and non-PC devices, but they also sell complementary products such as mouse, cases, and other accessories.
Business Solution. Proposed business solutions. In January 2007, 3 decades after its introduction, Apple Computations its second word in its name and became Apple Incorporated. With that move, the company signaled a fundamental shift away from its historical status as a vendor of Macintosh personal computer (PC) line. Mac sales remain vital to the Apple future, but they now accounted for less than half of its total revenue. The company lines of iPod media players, its iTunes online content store, and its newly launched iPhone mobile headset business made up increasingly large share of its operation. In early 2008, on the strength of the skyrocketing sales in those areas and by resurgent sales of Macintosh products, Apple revenues and its stock price reached record level. This case explored the sustainability of Apple's current business model, one that positioned the company simultaneously in the PC industry and the consumer electronic industry. While Apple enjoyed a high market share in the digital media player and in online music sales, it remained a niche player in the worldwide PC industry. Apple Incorporation started out as a concept driver when they reached new markets showing fast growth in the beginning. Then they came up with the new knowledge and competencies as concept learner. They were also pioneers in the industry showing fast innovations. They reached a mature life cycle with economics of scale when they had to widen their products line. Apple Incorporation went through all the stages of technological change. However, in the fast growth stage, they were not prepared for what lay ahead. So they had to come up with different strategies to have a competitive advantage. It is recommended for the company in the future is to make it part of their strategic management goal to do SWOT, strengths, weakness, opportunities, and threat analysis a year. A SWOT analysis should have been done in the beginning of the strategic vision, so they would have known the threat that lay ahead. This is normally done with their marketing management department. If all of the departments were integrated to work together changeably using core competencies, they would have foreseen what lay ahead. To make a point, we are suggesting that Apple Incorporation opening the official store site of sale of all refurbished products to all relevant countries, and not only in United States. Refurbished is the distribution of the product, usually electronic and electrical. They have been previously returned to a manufacturer or vendor for various reasons, like not sold in the market or new launch for a product. Refurbished products are normally tested for functionality and defects before they are sold to the public. They are repaired by the original manufacturer and resold. For example, for Apple products, even though it is refurbished, their products still have high demand. By opening the official store site, their sales revenue will be increased exponentially. The store should allow users to look up their phone's model to see if it's still relevant and based on their daily uses. Those who browse the store site can also buy refurbished Apple products such as iPhone, the highest demand of all. It also gives users some insight on what the difference between the refurbished and the original. Now, with the store site, those who always wanted to buy any refurbished product can buy one of their choosing. Happy customer will make the company more profitable. Demonstration of business solution. This is the homepage of our system that we built. We add to the official site certified refurbished iPhone. Discover what goes into refurbished iPhone. So if you click learn more, this is the message show up. What will you get for the iPhone if you buy an iPhone, and what is the function of the iPhone? It get 1 year warranty, free delivery and returns, and include all of this. So close it. Then this is the list of the iPhone. So you get the refurbished iPhone X 64 gig silver unlock mean every cellular such as Maxis, Digi, and Cellcom can use this phone because this is refurbished, so there's no check lock. The price is 2,149 ringgit. The initial price is 5,149 ringgit. You can save 2,000, and this is refurbished iPhone XR 64 gig yellow unlocked too. Every phone refurbished is unlocked in this site. The price is 2,549 ringgit. You can save 1,050 ringgit because the initial price is 3,549 ringgit. And the refurbished iPhone XS Max 64 gig space gray. I want to buy this. Click iPhone X. So this is the display. Refurbished iPhone X. This is what the name of the phone, the price. You can save this, and there is storage and the color. And the color is gray, silver. Then at the back, pros and cons. So this is pros and cons with the refurbished iPhone. So if you click here, then this is what come out, the pros and cons, the advantage and disadvantage of the refurbished iPhone compared to the original iPhone. So the advantage is saving more money than buying the original one and run through certification process. And the disadvantage is warranty and return policy is limited and might be faulty or physical defect. So back to this. So if you click to add the bag, then this will appear. So the total bag is 2,149 ringgit. Say standard free delivery and free return. So this is it. Your iPhone. Then this is the quantity. Option to remove if you don't want this phone. And click checkout. So if you click checkout, this is will appear. And the checkout, the back icon also updated. They ask how you like to get your order. So choose between this. So I like it delivered. Then enter the zip code. So I enter my zip code 540. Okay, then apply. So my stock is ready. Delivers to here. Then your delivery method. It says take the delivery. Choose this. No other option actually. So choose this. Deliver 27/2020 express delivery and it's free. So click this. Continue to shipping address. This is the shipping address. Ask where should we send your order. So first name, last name, street address, zip code, city, state, country, region. So continue. And this how we want to pay. Credit card, enter the detail of the credit card. And this is the billing address. So after all, you can click the review order. Then voila. This is the end. Thank you. We are processing the order. Item shipped to this address. And shipment in stock delivers 27/2020 less than the shipping. And this is the item. That's all for me.